He was even dubbed the next pro kid, and yet, for one reason or another, he hasn't quite taken over in the way many expected.
Touchline, your career is going to be over in Slicker's hands. Your career is going to be over. Lanela mina ntwana yam. Rapping dog, fill out the CV, your career is over. It doesn't matter.
This is the reason. Because you have all of these people who are speaking negativity about Sabanyaban and so I'm saying. But
celebrate and make it so rainy days. Looking for we came.
Yo, what's poppin', guys? It's your boy, FYIEND, Ntwana Sekasi 1496. Yo, guys, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. If you guys are new, if you're already here, man, shout out to everybody who's already joined the family. New project out right now, Lonely in Summer, along with visuals. So be sure to check that one out. And yeah, today, guys, we're going to be reacting to a video by Brandon Essay about my boy Touchline. It's all my I fucks with Touchline, so it's going to be very interesting to hear what he has to say about the whole Touchline thing. So we're about to dive in, guys.
Okay, so Touchline was once widely seen as the next major wave in South African hip-hop. He was even dubbed the next pro kid, and yet, for one reason or another, he hasn't quite taken over in the way many expected. We're going to unpack how that expectation built up, what the comparisons to Pro Kid really meant, and then dig into the reasons why the takeover didn't unfold as the hype suggested. If you're new here, hit the like button, subscribe, ring that bell, and let's get into it.
Shut up, Brandon.
Guys, listen, when Touchline said, sober-minded, but still got doper lines than a rapper that lacks inspiration and uses coke to find it. Flow the nicest, as cold as ice is. I'm talking ices, show me where the mic is. No, it's not high blood pressure, you got a high temperature. You feeling Touchline pressure. Alright guys, Nina, you guys did not hear Touchline. Oh my god.
So Touchline is a South African rapper from Tembisa in the East Strand of Johannesburg, and over the past few years he's been making solid waves in the South African hip-hop space with a distinct township voice, raw lyricism, and storytelling rooted in his environment.
So the music landscape in South Africa is very diverse at the moment.
Yeah.
What would you say sets you apart from other musicians?
Just the fact that I'm not scared to tell it the way I see it. I think my writing is very real, and there's a big market for that because, you know, everybody's just happy with just doing the party stuff, and I want to tackle issues that actually affect us as South Africans, so I think that's where my lane is. Family in the boardroom, the slungus no pume makale. Styles off the chain, nale ice no punyugem kale. Staring as soon as I come in, staring as vumbuget again. In Simbiase, 1630 something. I don't do morning.
The ingredients of local authenticity, talent, public expectation, a legacy to live up to, that set the stage for a potential takeover of the SA hip-hop scene. But then, things didn't quite go as smoothly as the hype suggested.
I told Touchline, your career is going to be over in Slicker's hands. Your career is going to be over. Lanela mina ntwana yam. I phoned Touchline. I said, I can help you. If you don't want to listen to me, what did Slicker do? Slicker prevented him from listening to me. Touchline, quit rapping, dog. Fill out the CV. Your career is over. It doesn't matter. What rapper says anything nice about you anymore? We've been hearing about you. You've not blown up. It's over now. South Africans get tired. We can't hear about someone up and coming, and then nothing ever materializes. We're busy with Young Stunner now. That's who we're celebrating. We're busy with Blackie now. That's who we're celebrating. The niggas that are actually moving. We're not Aufunu I need to Slicker. Slicker is going to make sure that you've got a pension. Slicker is going to take care of you. Slicker is going to buy your mother a house. So listen to Slicker way. I need to hey, listen to my crook. That's strong man. I'm telling you personally, with that motherfucker's a crook.
So first, what does it mean to take?
Alright, guys. I know that's brutal, guys. Nota is brutal. Guys, Nota is brutal, guys. What I will say in regards to all of that, guys, I fucks with the touchline, guys. I fucks with the touchline. I fuck with this movement, bro. I think it's crazy that they Unota just said like Sanandaba now we focused on Blackie, now focused on Blackie, now focused on Youngster dog. Like that's just crazy for me because these are the type of reasons like some people don't even become successful or some people don't even reach their set goals. This is the reason. Because you have all of these people who are speaking negativity about Sabanya Bantu, but with the whole thing of him saying like Uslika Obachuntili Mali, he's a crooked dog. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy, dog. This is why personally, dog, like I'm not so keen on signing. I'm not sure if Touchline will sign because I've always been like kinda like confused as to where does Touchline stand between is he signed or is unsigned. I've never been quite too sure where he stands because he says he's independent and the way he draws, like, but it's all am like it seems like maybe as like a distribution deal. I haven't really checked out like the crux of it, dog. Like I'm just reacting, guys. I'm taking information and I'm reacting on that. And so I'm seeing. So yeah, dog. Like I personally wouldn't be giving people control over Karyam Gangaga, dog. Like I wouldn't be doing that, bro. I wouldn't. But then again, like we need to realize that this guy he just went gold. Did he went gold or platinum? I think he went gold. Like he just went gold or platinum between the two, dog. But he just achieved like a milestone. So it's not like my boy is completely off, dog. He's on the right path. My boy is on the right path. For my side, I would just say Touchline needs to be more consistent and drop more visuals only.
Over South African hip hop. It means stake a dominant position. Major album, single success, mainstream and underground recognition, sustained relevance, cross-market appeal, influence on culture and longevity. For Pro Kid, the legacy is huge. He's delivery in vernac, the township dialect, right? And he's storytelling, he's cultural resonance. He is often referenced as a pillar of South African hip hop. And thus we can say the next Pro Kid, we're not just saying another rapper. We're saying someone who can fill those shoes, right? Who can actually take control of that cultural space that Pro Kid inhabited. Township authenticity, lyrical depth, broad appeal. And the hype around Touchline suggested he ticked many of those boxes. Young from a township, strong lyricism, attracting attention. But hype alone isn't takeover. To deliver on it, you need breaking singles, major label backing or infrastructure, consistency, adaptation to market shifts, branding, and so on.
Guys, when Touchline said Ubemi vape gantis pam se asthma. Ubemi vape gantis pam se asthma.
So South African hip-hop is no longer just about hardcore lyricism and township storytelling. The market has broadened. Trap, amapiano crossover, global streaming algorithms, viral hits matter. Artists who succeed often adapt their sound or have huge backing. And if Touchline stayed too rooted in one lane without the crossover push, that can limit scaling. Also, competition is fierce. Many emerging artists, many sounds standing out requires something distinct or, to have a bigger platform. And when you've been labeled the next Pro Kid, you carry a heavy burden. Fans expect major projects, consistent output, hit singles, cultural moments. If the output doesn't meet expectations in terms of commercial numbers, cultural footprint, the narrative starts to wobble. And from available data, which Touchline has, shows that Touchline has good acclaim and shows promise, the breakout single or album that shifts culture nationally hasn't yet landed at the level of expectation. Yes, but we need to understand that to dominate a national scene, you often need strong label support, marketing, distribution, collaborations with big names, strategic positioning. It's not clear that all those pieces have aligned for Touchline at the scale needed for a takeover movement. Moreover, visibility through mainstream media, radio, awards, it all matters. If the mainstream roots don't fully embrace you, growth can be slower. And a lot of Touchline's appeal lies in his authentic township voice and his lyricism. That's great for credibility, but sometimes authenticity can limit mainstream appeal if not translated into accessible hooks or cross-market songs. You know, it's like stay true to the underground credible lane or adapt for broader consumption. And that adaptation can dilute identity or alienate core fans. So many stay in the credible lane and, you know, the growth kind of stalls.
People don't remember what you say or do, bro. They remember how you make them feel. And that's what the music is all about. So loving something is not enough.
These days, when you say Touchline, people think you're speaking about Mfana Touchline. They don't really know that we're speaking about the original Touchline. And the more you're hyped, the more you're measured. If the narrative is the next pro kid and it's being repeated without results, people start to doubt. The story becomes promise rather than delivery. For Touchline,
Okay, like I'ma also say this, like one thing that Touchline keeps doing that I do not effing like, dog. Touchline, like I fucks with Touchline. I don't know why I have to say that. It's like Touchline, dog. This guy, he can release a song 1 year or 8 months later, dog, or release like 2 or 3 songs 1 year or 8 months later. Then he's gonna drop them on a new project. Like, why are songs from a year ago, 8 months ago on a new project, bro? Like, that's just one of each idea, Touchline, and he's gonna drop like a new project, and he's doing the same thing. There's this song Tabuki Messi. It dropped last year. That song, bruh. What's the other one? Say It To Myself. I think the song is 8 months old or what, bro. At least Hollywood Bets is still new, so I'm not hating on that. I'm not hating on the music. I'm just saying, bro, like, if you're gonna drop an album, bro, like, at least have the songs like in a close enough, you know, like in a close enough knit. Don't just like have songs that have already succeeded like months ago, and like, bro. Because then like a 12 track project becomes like a 9-track project. Yeah, it's all am I. So that's just
delivery. For Touchline, the constant reference to Pro Kid sets a very high benchmark, bro. And publicly, he has acknowledged that benchmark. I don't think there will ever be a rap artist that can make me feel like how Pro Kid made me feel, like how he said. And to me, I want to say that it's not over. Touchline still has many positives: talent, credibility, a clear identity, a fan base, and respect in the South African hip-hop scene. And what would need to happen for him to really have a takeover? One, a breakout project single that crosses over big streaming numbers, radio play, cultural conversation, and strategic collaborations, working with major names, producers, perhaps mixing genres to gain broader appeal while retaining his identity. Number 3, strong marketing and infrastructure, which is like label distribution support, visuals, tour, media coverage, consistent output, not just one hit, but building momentum so that the listeners recognize his brand, sound, and story.
Yeah, hi, Brandon said a lot right there, bro. And I think like it's the same thing as like how people feel about to Aries, dog. And so it's like dog, like people love and support you until a certain point, dog. I'ma just say that, dog. And this is the same thing that's gonna happen to me, dog. Eventually, I just this is just how people do, bro. And so But I don't know if that's gonna happen to me or whatever, because like I just make a whole different type of music there. So it's like, dog, people love you until a certain point, dog. And so people love the Touchline and they love what he brought to the industry, dog. And so like people love what he brought into the industry, dog. People loved him for him, dog. But after a while, dog, they start putting all of these expectations, like, yo, you should be doing this like this. Why hey, why aren't you doing this like this? And so now they start piling up all these expectations, bro. And so and for me, dog, I think Touchline did, like, besides like the whole label thing, like the whole label push. Besides like the whole label push, dog. If I was Touchline, because I don't have Touchline's money, I don't have his infrastructure or whatnot, but I'm just taking a wild guess. If I was Touchline, dog, and I was making the type of money he makes, let's just low ball Touchline. I'm not saying this is how much money he makes, but let's just say potentially, if I was making at least 20 to 30K a month, dog, if I was making 20 to 30K a month, I could go get a loan for like 100 to 150K, dog. With that 150K, dog, bruh, marketing on another level, dog. Sometimes, dog, we don't need the label to push us like that. We just like, as like you said, like strategic features and whatnot, dog. Yeah, so there's a whole lot of things that come into play, dog, as to why like certain artists don't become as big as certain artists and whatnot, dog. And so am I. It's just like that. People are wanna say like Blackie, like as I said, oh Blackie, we're onto Blackie, dog. Now people are hating on Blackie now, saying Blackie doesn't have an identity, bro. Blackie's next album is cool. Like bro, people are always finna talk, dog. People are always finna talk. And so long team, people are always finna have an opinion on something. Like they're always finna say something. They're always finna say something, dog. Always. And so am I. So with my whole thing about Touchline, dog, he's in a good position. What I would say, he just needs to drop more, dog. Again, dog, drop once every 8 months. Hey, so am I. Like, stop that. A lot of artists, bro, like they want to do a lot of features and forget about like releasing their own music, dog. And I feel like that's just one of the things. Like, you need your own songs, like a whole lot of your own songs, bro. And so, Marinjalo right there, dog. Just like that. Anyway, guys, it's been your boy reacting to the video. I got Brandon, man. Hey, man, shout out to Touchline, dog. Touchline is one of the coldest artists we have. Line SA, dog. I fucks with Touchline in his music, and I can't wait for his upcoming project, dog. But it's a PT, it's only 9 songs, because I already know the first 3. I'm so long seen, but anyway, guys, been your boy FIIE 1496, and I'm gonna see you next time, guys, when we react to another video. Yes, sir.